We'll come into Sukhasana, if I can get there, seated on top of your blankets or whatever prop that you're going to use. Maybe you're seated on top of blocks, but go ahead and cross your legs at your mid-shins. You want to bring your feet out towards the outer edge of your mat. And the outer part of your feet, so the pinky sides of your foot, the side edge, are what's grounded against your mat or against your blanket. Do you see? So draw the outer feet down. Also see if you can spread the outer ankle bone down to the mat. And then lean over and keep the outer foot and the ankle bone grounded. Lean over and then adjust the buttock flesh, rotate out and back. Now, when you're leaning over and you're drawing the buttock flesh back, guys, really use that outer foot of the same leg that you're adjusting. Do you see? So make sure that you're grounding and then moving the flesh. Great. Look down at the kneecaps. Make sure that the center of the kneecaps move out towards the top edge of the mat. And you can bring your fingertips into your blanket or your mat and press and lift your side ribs. Move your breastbone here up towards your chin, but bring your chin so that it's parallel to the mat. The elbows are bent and you're in the fingertips. So as you bend the elbows, press down and then lift the side body, or you can think of this as moving out of the waist. So lifting the torso out of your waist and then bring your hands together at your heart center. So make sure that your inner arms come in towards your outer ribs. And then the tips of your elbows move down towards your mat. Close your eyes. Begin to center yourselves here using your breath. Few rounds of Ujjayi breath, and as you inhale, move your inhalation into your outer rib cage. Fill the lungs with the inhale. Exhale very slowly through the nostrils. Empty the lungs completely. I'll chant Om once. Join in or you're welcome to just listen. Om. Exhale your breath. Bow your head. Bring your chin to the groove of your neck, but keep your breastbone lifted and the tops of your shoulders down away from your ears. Bring your hands to the very tops of your legs. Center your head, and as you exhale the breath, open the eyes. Release the hands. Very good, guys. Go ahead. Let's come to the very top edge of our blankets if you're using blankets, and if you're using blocks, just stay where you are. Once you get to the very top edge of the blanket, check that the lower buttock flesh is what's against the blanket. Take your hands right above your knees and draw in. So take your hands and draw in. Draw the outer hips, the outer legs in. And then you'll lift the side body. Use blocks if you need to. One right outside of the right leg. One underneath or held in the left hand. Shift forward. Right fingertips come onto the blocks. Move your weight over into your upper left leg bone and push your block that's underneath your left hand out to the right at an angle. Again, move your weight. Use your right fingertips to actually move your outer right hip bone in towards your outer left hip bone, and then move the block further out in front towards the top edge of the mat, the right-hand side edge of your yoga mat. Now, as you do this, guys, I want you to bring your fingers together. As soon as you get your block out as far as you can, press down into the palm of your hand, and let's rotate the inner eye of the left elbow up towards the ceiling. And then press down, bringing your shoulder blade into the back. And then look towards your left hand, grip your block, move it back towards you. So here, guys, it's important to keep your sacrum drawing down and your tailbone drawing down as your sitting bones come up towards your low back. Okay, so we'll switch sides. Keep your legs crossed as they are. And if you need blocks, again, one outside of the left hip, one in the right hand. Lean forward. Now, when you come with the block or your arm out in front, you want to kind of push out or move out to the left-hand side of your yoga mat. So you're going at an angle. You're moving your arm, your hand, or your block towards the top edge of your yoga mat to the left. Once you get your arm out here as far as you can, you stretch as far as you can, draw your outer feet down, draw your outer ankle bone down, bring your fingers together, press down into your block that's underneath your right hand, and rotate the inner eye of your elbow up. Breathe, your chin can come towards the groove of your neck. And then exhale, grip over the block and bring it back towards you. Perfect. Let's uncross and recross and move out in front of us. So whichever leg that you had in front, go ahead and move that one closest to the bottom. And then lean over again and adjust the flesh. Blocks, if you need them, underneath both hands. Push your blocks out in front of you as far as you can, guys. Really ground here at your upper legs. Lift your hip points up and away from your femur bones and push your blocks here forward. Again, really, and I struggle here to find evenness between the two sitting bones here that are moving up towards the low back. Now draw your sacrum and your tailbone down and then lift your sits bones up. That's kind of a hard thing to do. Bring the fingers together, press down into the blocks. Rotate the inner eyes of your elbows up towards the ceiling, concave the upper back. Now see if you can pull your torso, your back rib cage in and up towards the back of your head. Let your shoulder blades move towards your fingertips. And then grip over your blocks and bring them back towards you. Perfect. Bring your blocks right outside of your hips and extend your legs out. So stretch both of your legs out in front. And then again, lean over and adjust the buttock flesh. So rotate out and back. Make sure that your feet are even and use a strap if you need to. But make sure that your feet are even, that one foot is not further out in front than the other. If you're using a strap, extend the arms out. Inhale, take the arms up. And if you're not, extend out. Still go up through the arms. Press down through the legs. Bring the abdominal wall back. Exhale, fold. Now as you come forward, guys, really draw your heel bones down. Bring your strap around the base of your toes. Don't fold yet. Lift up, pull the shoulders down, bringing the leg bones, shin bones down. So don't fold yet. Not here, but really draw into the strap with your hands. Draw in, lift up. And as you exhale the breath, roll your inner knee flesh down and fold. So here your sitting bones are moving away from one another, away from your midline. Use your legs. So both of your legs, use them as one. Good. No rounding in the spine. So you want to lift the navel up and move it away from the pubic bone and spread the abdominal, spread the back rib cage, spread the front rib cage. And then inhale, stretch up, and exhale, release. Good, 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 good. Now we'll do that one more time, this time with the block. So I'm going to take the block in the hand and I don't know what you'd call this, long ways upright. Anyway, so it's in the hands and I'm going to hold with the heel of my hand. I'll take the block out, bring the block up. And as I exhale, I want to press into the block, extend through the fingertips, extend the side ribs and bring the block to the feet. Now, when the block comes to the feet, guys, press into the block with your heels, pull the block in with your hands. Bring your outer hands down and then fold. And we're going to fold with straight elbows so we won't be bending the elbows so we get length in the arms. Extend out with the arms, press into the block, bring the fingers together. Inhale, lift the block up. Now, when the block goes up over the head, press through the fingertips, squeeze the block, guys. Press up, extend your index finger up. Good. Exhale, keep that as you come forward. Bring your leg bones down. Don't bend your knees. Open your knees if possible here. Bring the block to the feet. Now, walk the hands down so that the pinky sides of your hands are against the mat. Now, pull the block in. Now, push the block away. Do this at the same time. Good. Move your sitting bones up and over towards your low back, but strongly bring your tailbone down. And exhale, fold. Keep your elbows straight. Move your forehead towards your knees or towards your shins. You can walk your fingertips closer to one another. Make the arms even longer. Now push into the block with your feet. And then inhale, look up, and exhale to release. Perfect. Perfect, guys. I think that fixed my back. Just kidding. So we can forget the back work. No, it didn't. It didn't do it. Okay, so move your props to the sides, and we'll do Adho Mukha Virasana or Child's Pose. So I'm going to come down onto the mat and sit right on top of the heels. And I think we've talked about this a little bit before. As far as the feet go, you don't want to let the heels rotate out. Do you see? So you want to lift your bottom, tuck your outer heel bones in so that your sitting bones are directly over your heels, big toes together. And then lift up through your side body. And again, sitting bones move up as your tailbone goes towards your mat. Hold yourself against your mat with your shin bones and your feet, front of your feet. Walk your arms out. Now you've got to use resistance here, and that resistance is coming through the lower half of your body. So bring your leg bones down, bring your bottom down into your heels, bring your shin bones down, press through the tops of your feet. And then as you're walking out, really use this resistance. Draw your outer knees back. Let's go ahead and lift our forehead. If you've got your forehead grounded, lift your forehead up. Come to your fingertips. Now let's turn the inner eyes of our elbows up. Rotate. So the backs of your upper arms rotate down. The backs of your upper arms rotate down. Maybe wiggle or take your arms out a little wider, just a teeny bit wider, your hands wider. Press with your fingertips. Turn the inner eyes of your elbows up. Now with your fingertips, push your yoga mat forward, and I want you to draw your outer knees and your outer hips back. Bring your palms down, bring your hands down. Let's lift all 10 of the fingers up and push the heel of the hands into the yoga mat. Push the mat away with the heel of the hands. Bring the fingers down, tuck the chin, bring the forehead down. Keep the elbows and the inner wrist or the wrist bones lifted. So don't let the wrist bones drop to the mat. Rather lift them up. Keep the inner eyes of your elbows rotating up towards the ceiling, guys, so that you get this space at the thoracic. So between the shoulder blades, you want to create space there so that you're able to concave the back, moving the chest towards the yoga mat. Now go ahead and tuck your chin, bring your forehead down, let your elbows bend, and your wrists can also drop to the mat now, and just let the arms rest. Keep the bottom against the heels of your feet. Very good, guys. And go ahead and we'll come up, and so you can bend the elbows and just walk the arms back. Let's do another child's pose, but in kind of a twisting fashion. So what I'm going to do is lift the torso up, lift the front rib cage up, and then let the front rib cage rest right on top of the right femur bone. Right fingertips out to the side, elbows bent because you're pressing into the mat with your right fingertips. Move your weight all the way over to the left. Turn the left side rib cage down. So when you do this, you can also rotate the inner eye of your left elbow up towards the ceiling. Feel the back left rib cage rotate down towards your mat. Maybe even turn your gaze to the right. And you can let your left ear rest maybe on your arm. Yep, on your left arm. Good. So there is kind of a twisting here. And then exhale, come up and go into the other direction. So again, as you move over to the opposite side, left elbow bends, and you need that because you want to bring your weight over and down. Walk the right arm out. So the rib cage is resting on the left femur bone now. Press into the yoga mat with your left fingertips, your left elbows bent. Move your weight strongly to the right. You can even lift your fingertips and kind of push your yoga mat or drag your yoga mat back with the heel of your right hand. Bring your chin down. You can bring your fingers down and now rotate the back right rib cage down. And then exhale, release. Let's come back to the center here and let's bring the forehead down and we'll let the arms just kind of palms up, hands behind you, and then let the tops of the shoulders just rest on the outer knees or the knees. Really give a good tuck of the chin. Bring the bottom down so the bottom is not lifted up as you do this. And then go ahead and release. You can bring your arms and your hands back onto your mat. Very good, guys. And let's come into dog pose. So you can come hands and knees. Make sure that the knees are separated at least hip distance apart. Spread the fingers. Push into the mat. Let's see if we can rotate the inner eyes of the elbows to the top of your mat. That's a hard thing to do. And it's even harder to keep that rotation as you move into dog pose. So guys, come to your hands and knees and bring your hands, your arms, your hands on your mat and shift your weight so that you're right over your wrist. Your shoulders are right over your wrist. And we can take one hand at a time to the upper arm. So left hand to the upper right arm. And I'm going to rotate so that the inner eye of the right elbow goes out top of the mat. And then change sides. So do this with your own hand, especially if your shoulder, if you're tight here and you can't do that on your own. And then we'll take our knees up. Keep your knees bent. Watch your inner eyes of the elbows to see that they maintain that rotation to the top of the mat. That's such a hard thing to do. I even had to turn my fingers out just slightly to give more of that inner eye of the elbow turning out towards the top edge of your mat, guys. You can take your gaze to your elbows. Now, you don't want your inner elbows facing one another. See if you can rotate them towards the top of your mat and then keep that rotation as you move to dog pose. Another way to kind of feel this is to take the fingertips out to the sides and then see if you can assist that, rotating your upper arms out, rotating your shoulder blades away. Great. And then exhale, come down. Perfect. And you guys can come down and rest any way that you want to rest for a moment. Okay, and then come to seated and let's do our spinal twist. So I'm going to sit on the outer right hip, and we only did dog pose once. That's okay. We'll catch up. And so when you start here, I'm going to sit on the outer right hip. And when I first sit, the flesh is moving up. And what I want to do as I bring the chest, first of all, I want to bring the inner feet and the inner knees towards one another so that they're together. And then I want to rotate the chest towards the yoga mat, just like this. And I'll bring the hands down. Once I get my hands down, guys, I want to lift my right hip up and really stretch it underneath me, move it down underneath me. And then I'll kind of pull against the mat to have the mat assist me in drawing the flesh from the outer hip down. Do you see? So use the mat. So we're not in a big hurry here, guys, not in a hurry. So as you sit on the right hip, first thing is to make sure that the inner feet and the inner knees are together. Turn your chest, your navel, your front rib cage completely down towards your yoga mat. Keep on that hip. Lift your right hip up. Keep your feet grounded. Now draw your outer right hip or tuck your outer right hip underneath you. Twist a little bit deeper. Come down onto the left forearm. Keep the right elbow bent. Twist. You can also drag the outer right hip against the mat. Twist. And then let's exhale, release. Come up, we'll switch sides. So we did not go to straight legs yet, guys. We're still with the bent knees. So watch one more time. When you bend the knees, try to not have the knees here, but really go ahead and bend them up. And our goal is to stack the hips. So the goal is that that right hip bone, outer hip bone comes or lines up right underneath or over the bottom hip bone so that you're not here. You see, the hip bones are not stacked here. So what I want to do when I begin to turn the chest, keep the knees grounded, keep the knees together, keep the outer feet working, use the hands, lift, draw underneath you, watch again, and then draw forward. And then begin to twist and bring the right forearm down. You don't have to come all the way down to the mat, but use your left hand, use your right forearm to steady your hips, stabilize your hips because they're stacked, they're lined up. Use your inner knees, use your inner feet, and then begin to use your hands and your arms to achieve that twisting of your spine. So you want your entire front body, like your torso from your abdominals up, to rest on the mat or to face the mat. Great, 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 great. Now we want to move our torso slightly over to the right as we're doing this twist. That's the difficult part. So turn that back right rib cage down and the left side rib up, and then exhale, come up. Do you get it? So you're using this. This is a spinal twist. We're going to do it one more time with the straight legs. This is a spinal twist. But in order to successfully twist the spine, first you've got to open the spine up. So it doesn't do any good to twist and the spine is rounded. First thing, stabilize the hips, stretch up, and then twist. Okay? So one more time, and this time we'll straighten the legs. So same thing applies. Draw down into the feet, draw down into the knees, turn the chest, lift the hip, really connect, or draw down underneath you, and then draw forward. You'll extend the right leg out, really draw that foot down. That outer right foot's important. Take the left leg back. The left leg is important too. So you want to press through your left heel, draw your outer foot down, lift your right hip up, tuck it underneath you deeper. Now, twist. Bring that left side rib towards the yoga mat. Twist. So your hips need to stay stable here. Use your outer right foot, draw down, drag your outer right hip back. Look to the right. And then come up and switch. Perfect. So start seated on the hip and try to stay connected to the steadiness of the hips. Try to really stack the hips. Try to have this compacted effect at your hips here. So when you turn, lift up, draw down, twist, bring the back right rib cage away from the spine towards the mat. Extend the left leg, draw the outer left foot down, bring the right leg behind, and here's the work. Lift the outer left hip, really draw down. Really draw down. Now lift or move the left side rib away from the waist, twist to the left. Now use the right heel, draw the right heel to the right. Great. Great, great, great. And then you can exhale to release. Perfect. We didn't stretch the arm out either, but that's okay. Excelente. Go ahead and let's come up into one more time of dog pose, and then we'll come to standing. So when you get your hands here, again, remember, rotate the inner eyes of your elbows towards the top edge of your mat. You may need to kind of take your fingers out to the side some. Take your knees up, come into dog pose. Really stretch the backs of your arms. And most importantly, stretch your legs. Most importantly, stretch your legs. Great. Good. So the ears stay in line with the upper arms, and the belly button, the navel still stretches up and away from the pubic bone. You guys can lift the hamstrings up and move the hamstrings over towards the low back. Great, great, great. Look to the top of your mat and come up to standing, and we'll stay in that forward fold. So you'll look out to the top of the mat, see if you can step one foot up at a time. And here we'll take the feet apart, inner feet are apart but parallel. You can grab your ankles with your hands or your shins. See if you can relax the torso some, but really activate the legs. See, so relax the side ribs, relax the shoulder blades, relax the head, and then see if that will move or stretch the legs deeper. Wonderful. Wonderful. Perfect. And then let's look out in front of us. So straighten the elbows, look forward. And then bring the hands to the hips and come up. Ah, very good, guys. Very, very good. So I'm going to move my blanket to the side here. And I'm going to take my 2 blocks and do the one with the feet against the blocks. See if I can get more spreading in the around the sacrum. So the blocks come out in front of you, and I'm bringing 2 of the blocks together. And then when you come down, you put your fingertips in front of the block, and 1 foot at a time, step up onto the block. Now, to be, well, I don't want to say to be successful, but anyway, to get the fullness of this, we want to, as we bring the base of the toes up, shift forward. Go ahead and shift forward. Shift forward. So don't remain here with your sitting bones behind your heels. And you'll bring 1 foot up, base of the toes up to the block, and really bring your heels down. And then push into your blocks with your fingertips and lean forward. Spread. So you're spreading your sitting bones, and most importantly, move forward, move forward. Move your weight forward. Push your fingertips into your blocks, bringing the blocks into your toes. See if you can even lift your toes like a dorsiflex of your feet, and then move forward. Spread the sitting bones. Good. Spread the lower back. Great. Great, great, great. Exhale. See if you can come standing. Keep your feet there. Draw your heel bones down. Come all the way up. And if you can take your arms up, this helps me. Palms face out in front of you. Lift. Great. Great, great, great. Perfect. And exhale, release. Ah, excelente. Very good, guys. So let's just go ahead and put our blocks to the side, and I'm going to grab a strap. And I think, well, I don't think there's another way to do this. But anyway, I'm going to take a strap, and we'll do Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, at least part 1 and maybe 2. So have a wall or anything, a ledge or anything that you can use for your fingertips, okay? So what we'll do to start is I'll stand with the left side to the wall, left elbow bent, left fingertips against the wall. And that's just for balance, right? Just in case. And so I'll bring the left fingertips to the wall. I've got a loop strap, and I want to hold inside of my loop. I'll bend my right knee up to the chest, and I'll bring the strap along the right foot. Keep watching. I'll extend the right leg out, and I'll bring the right leg up. So not here. I want to go ahead and lean back, open the chest, and lift the foot up. Now, as I do this, I want to pull the right arm back, press the right foot into the strap, hold the inner thighs together, and then we'll switch sides. So the hardest part, I think, is to bring that knee up, right knee up to your chest, right knee up to your chest. So once you get your strap against your foot, hold inside of your loop and really lift that knee up. Good. Now push with your foot and then straighten your right knee, guys. You have to draw your inner thighs together. So your right inner thigh rotates down, your left inner thigh rotates behind you. Good. Now, let's, for fun, bend the right elbow and lift the right leg and foot up higher. Now bring the outer right hip down and press into your left foot. Great. And then bend the knee and release. Guys, so what I see is a little bit of maybe a loss of awareness here at the inner legs, internal. So always think that this bottom leg has to move back. And then that means the top leg has to move down. Imagine holding a block. So switch sides. So left fingertips to the wall. Imagine holding a block between the upper legs. Place your strap, bend your left knee up to the chest. Place your loop against your foot. And then pull the knee up. Use the strap for a moment. Pull the knee up to the chest. Now press the foot into the strap, straighten the knee. Use the wall with your fingertips if you need to. Straighten the knee. Good. Now check on your inner thighs, guys. The top inner thigh, left inner thigh, bring it down. Left inner knee rotated towards the mat. Left inner or right inner thigh and right inner knee rotates back behind you. Bend the elbow and lift the foot. Don't lean over, but lift the leg. Great, 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 great. Perfect. And exhale to release. Excelente, guys. Now that's not the hardest thing that we're going to do. So we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to try to take the left hand to the strap. So I suppose if you need the wall for balance, it would be this time with your right fingertips against the wall. If you needed the wall for balance, so watch the pose. Now, first, again, it's this internal rotation. And so I'll bring the strap here, left hand this time, lift the right knee. So if you need the wall, it's the right fingertips. Extend the right leg. If you need the wall, it's the fingertips. Begin to turn the chest to the right. Okay, so if you need the wall, it'd be with your right fingertips. Bend your right knee up to your chest. Place your strap against your right foot. Hold your strap with your left hand. Extend your right leg out. Extend your right leg out, guys. Use your strap. Pull your strap very heavily with your left hand. You can keep those right fingertips there. Rotate your right hip down. Look to the right. Good. Look to the right. And then bend the knee and release. So the torso turns back, forward, and release. Good. So use your left fingertips against the wall if you need to, and the straps in the right hand. Now, the important part, guys, and where we really want to work is to bend the knee up and then place the strap there. Don't lean over, but rather really strongly push into the strap. Push into the strap. Draw your left hip down and begin to turn or twist to the left. Use your left fingertips. Twist. That's it, guys. Lift the spine. Twist, twist, twist. Rotate your belly button towards the wall. That's it. Perfecto. And then exhale, release. Look forward, bend the knee, and release. Very good. So we'll go to Supta or Utthita Hasta out to the side just for fun. So use a wall if you need a wall. I always say just for fun, but we know what this is. So let's see. We'll bring the strap around the foot if you need one. And if you don't, Bend your right knee, and you can take your outer right foot or your right big toe if you don't need your strap. If you need your strap, hold it in your right hand, bring the strap around the right foot, extend the right leg out. Now watch, keep watching. We're gonna rotate the sole of the right foot towards the wall, to the left. So the foot's here, rotate towards the wall and rotate the outer right hip down. See if you can keep that as you take the leg out to the right. I think that helped my back, or that, or it didn't, one of the two. Good, take the leg out, externally rotate, sole of the foot to the left, press the outer foot into the hand or into the strap. Good, good, perfect. And bring the leg back to the center. That was nice, guys. And we want to try to avoid twisting the hips when we do that. So when we take the leg out, just as if we're supine, the side that's remaining on the mat, or the foot that's remaining on the mat, that side needs to keep its rotation. So the trouble is that sometimes, example, is when we go here, the whole left side goes there too. You see, so keep the center, the midline of your body as it is. Press that foot down. Really use that foot to drop the hip and bring the leg out. So the most important part in this is not that you get the leg out, but the rotation of your hip. So once you get the strap around your left foot, use the wall if you need to. Take the leg out, turn the foot, sole of the foot rotates opposite. That's it, towards the wall. Now, keep that, take the left leg out. That's it, keep that rotation, guys. Keep the rotation, feel that upper leg bone rotate externally. Feel the upper left leg bone rotate externally. Keep turning that foot, turning the foot to the right. That's great. Now, press down and bring the left buttock flesh down. Bring the leg back. So nice, guys. Bring the leg back to the center. Perfecto. Perfect. And most of us have a wall. Bye, Leslie, already? Most of us have a wall nearby. So let's go ahead and take one blanket and lean the bottom to the wall and really walk your legs out. See how far out my feet and my legs are. And then I'll rotate the buttock flesh and I'll let the sitting bones rotate up the wall. I'll bring this blanket and it's just folded over once, very small. Bring it to the upper legs and come up and over the blanket. And as I do that, I want to push into the feet to straighten my knees and fold. And when we fold, we can grab the ankles, spread the posterior pelvis and fold. So keep using your feet, using your legs, spreading here along the sacrum. Internal rotation of your legs. Relax your torso, but keep your sitting bones going into the wall and up. Feet are way out. Legs are at a pretty good slant. Legs and feet are at a pretty good slant. Rotate the inner thighs down towards the mat, the inner knees down. Press with your outer feet. Good. Take your sitting bones up higher. Nice, guys. Bring your feet down. Now, see if you can extend your two big toes out, all the way out towards the top of your mat. Good. Spread everything. See if you can really feel kind of a spreading around where you're holding the blankets. So between the hip points. Perfect. And then we can release. And how you release, I don't know. Bend your knees and come away from the wall. Perfecto. And then go ahead, guys, and I'm going to use one blanket in for sitting on. And so you can use it in a square or you could fold it like this. right? And I'm going to sit on top of the blanket. Maybe we'll do malasana also, but I want to rotate the flesh, right? And the legs and the feet are apart. I'm going to lean back. This is fun. And I'm going to bring the feet up and cross the right knee over the left. And I want to stay leaning back using my hands and begin to rotate my inner feet in. And then very slowly, I'll come forward, really focusing on bringing my feet away from the mat, away from the blanket, away from the bottom, and to the mat. So the outer feet, outer ankle bones to the mat, knees stacked. So in order to do this, and I'm short on this right side, I want to lean to the left, and I'm going to take that right leg over even further, ground the foot, and then come back center through the torso. So listen, I see, and then when I look up, some of the feet are like this. Okay, and so what I want us to do is go ahead and wiggle. You can lean over one side, but go ahead and take the foot and maybe think shin bone lining up, top edge of your mat. Lean to your left, take your right foot further out, and then ground that outer right hip and right sitting bone against the blanket. Yeah, so there's even an adjustment of the left sit bone. Grab both of your feet, turn the soles of your feet up. Draw the toes out away from your midline, come forward. Bring your outer right knee down, bring your inner left knee up. Bring your outer right knee down, bring your inner left knee up, and draw your outer hips back. Fold a little bit deeper. Come up. Perfect. Stretch your legs out or lift your feet up, and we'll cross opposite. So cross first, left knee over the right, and then without the hands, see if you can really turn the inner feet in towards you like this. And then come forward slowly. And then again, you can adjust the buttock flesh. This time you'll lean over and wiggle the foot. So you'll lean to the right and take that left foot further to the right and then reground. Draw down. You can even use an L shape of your hand so that that left sitting bone and left knee is not lifted. So where we want to go with this is not the knee, like it's not the knee that's doing something that it's not supposed to do. It's the hip, right? So as you're here, you want to take an L shape and go in and really with your own hand, draw down and almost resist that left hip point away and then come even. You see, so you're creating space here so that this is not, if your knee is lifted, there is no space here. You see, so at the hip crease, you can create that space. Use your own hand to do that. Lean forward, grab both of your feet, turn the soles of the feet up. Bring the left outer knee down and the inner right knee up. Drag your hips back and come forward. So to come forward, don't round. Move your navel up towards your inner left knee. Draw your feet down. Kind of pull your feet out to the sides with your hand. And then exhale, release. Oh my goodness. Come up. Perfect. Stretch both of your legs out in front of you. And then we can kind of shake the legs out here for a moment. Let's sit in Baddha Konasana. Stay on top of your blankets. And then go ahead and bring the outer feet to your mat and open up the soles of your feet to the ceiling. You may be able to use your hands. Now here, and we're seated on the blanket, and you can use your hands to your blanket behind you and lift up, and then kind of let the inner groin roll down towards your mat. Lean over to your left. Go ahead and lean as far to your left as you can. Maybe you bend that left elbow and bring it inside of the inner left leg. Take your right hand in an L shape. Draw down and externally rotate and lean a little bit deeper to your left. Come back to the center. Lean over to the right, and this elbow bends, and the left knee can actually come up. So as you come over, that left knee can come up, not the right knee, but the left knee. Go ahead and bring the outer right leg down, and then L shape. Draw down and create space. Move away from the left hip point. Perfect. Come back to the center. Excelente. Bring the knees together and extend the legs out. Very good, guys. And I think we've done this lately, but I'm going to take my blanket to the wall. And I'm going to unfold it a little bit and put it to the back edge of the wall. Some of you know where this is going. And I want to kind of scrunch the edges of my blanket up a little bit. Or towel or whatever you're using, right? And then I'll bring a block against the wall. And then I'll turn with my backside to the wall, and I'll separate the knees, lift the feet up, place the inner ankle bones of my feet, of my ankles to the blocks. And then I'll bring the big toe, all 10 of the toes, flex to the wall. Keep watching, guys. So this is a flex to the wall. The inner ankle bones go down, and watch where the bottom goes down. Let your knees slide out. Push your bottom closer to your blanket. Press your ankle bones down and see if you can come to the mat. So this doesn't work. So top of the buttocks has to do this. Goes down. So instead of this, watch. And then come down so that the pubic bone is against the mat. Sometimes you have to move forward to come all the way grounded. But press your inner ankle bones down, spread them. Extend the inner growing to the inner knee. Good. Move if you come all the way down onto your mat, you could take both of your hands in an L shape and draw your leg bones towards the wall and move your hip points away from you. Do you see? So your hip points move towards your chest. Your femur bones push back towards your wall. Good, good, good. Good. Great. Now bring the sitting bones in. That's great. That's great. That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You could be on forearms, or you can come all the way out, stretch the arms out and rest the front body on the mat. Lift the front of your pelvis up, so an interior lift, and then descend the back of the waist, so the posterior pelvis, bring it down. Bring your inner ankle bones down and see if you can extend your knees out. Good. You can use your hands. Perfecto, guys. And I didn't show this part, but go ahead and come up very slowly, but you keep your legs as they are. So what you're doing here is you're just coming up onto the hands, and you walk the hands and the arms back. And then remember that inner eye of the elbow, rotate inner eye of the elbow forward. And then press the blocks and lean forward, lift the chest. Shoulders down. Take the tongue over the chin. And we do that 3 times. Take the tongue over the chin. That's it. Good. Good, good, good. 3 times. Perfect. And after the 3rd time, release. Excelente. Good, good, good. Now, I didn't tell you how to release, so just crawl forward. Just crawl forward, and that should work out. Okay, and then once you come out of that, we'll come down onto our mats. Let's do Setu Bandha. And so I'm going to fold my blanket. I'm going to use it again underneath my shoulders. You can use it two ways. You can fold it in that taco fold like this. And that would be just for the shoulders and here the backs of the upper arms. You can also, what I've been doing lately is using a strap on the thighs or on the outer legs, outer upper legs. So I've been doing this. And my knees aren't together, but it does give me a little bit of stability here, right? So I lift and tuck and make sure that the shoulders are against the blanket and spread out. Back of my head is on the yoga mat. And then I'll just lift the bottom, lift the hips up, and bring the block underneath the sacrum. And then I'll bring the feet down. Oh, that feels wonderful. And I may be able to, you can grab your mat, rotate your arms out. So opening, kind of think of opening the armpits. And then if you can, if you have the flexibility, you can straighten the knees, but the feet must be grounded. Now, if this is too much for your back, maybe you bring your block lower. Good. And again, if you can, if straighten your knees, you can do that, but your inner feet must be grounded. Your inner knees rotate down, your inner feet rotate down, and then the backs of your upper arms press down, and then bring your femur bones down. So bring your femur bones, your thigh bones, your upper leg bones down. Great. Ah, very good. If your knees were straight, go ahead and bend your knees. Place your feet on the mat and lift your hips up. Press down through the backs of your upper arms and bring your block out to the side and then tuck your way down. You can even hold on to the yoga mat to do that. And once you come down, you can bring the inner knees together and the inner feet together. And I'm going to just lift the knees up and keep the strap there and hug the knees or wrap the hands around the shins. And then with an exhalation, let's roll over to the right. You can keep your strap on as you roll over to the right and then push yourselves up. Ah, very good. We should keep the strap on so we're seated. And let's keep the strap on. Since we've got it on, let's keep it on and make it a little bit tighter so that your legs are really firmly together, and then adjust the flesh. Take, if you can use if you need a strap for Pashi, you can use the long end of your strap, tie it around the base of your toes, kind of gently press the inner thighs out into the strap and come forward. So with the strap, the legs are completely together. Now you want to take your inner thighs and reach out into the strap. So try to break the loop of your strap with your inner legs. Bring the forehead as close to the legs as you can. And then inhale up, look up, or out in front of you, straighten the side rib cage or lift the side rib cage, and then exhale to release. Phew, perfect. And let's go ahead and take our straps off, right? And we'll come for our inversion. So whatever inversion that you want to do, maybe you want to do halasana or headstand or handstand, or if you're not going to do any of those inversions, you can come standing in uttanasana like this, or prasarita, or you could even go legs up the wall, which I didn't say, but legs up the wall is also a nice inversion, or legs in the seat of a chair is also a nice inversion. So choose which inversion that you want to do. If you're going to do headstand, make sure that you interlace your fingers so that your fingertips face you. And by the way, for those of you that didn't know or didn't hear, last time I announced that Hannah and Michael had their baby October 12th, which is Hannah's birthday. So I guess he's not quite a week old yet. His name is Kyle, no, Cal Scott. He looks just like Michael too.
All babies look like their fathers at first.
Really? Huh. Wonder why. Didn't they change, right? Like that only lasts so long. Babies always change their look.
Yeah. All white babies look like Winston Churchill when they're born.
That's hilarious. Very good. If you're in headstand, relax the hips and legs some. They're a little bit heavy, and that way the feet move over the hips in this stacking fashion. Good.
Lisa,
Hmm?
can you send pictures of her baby out? Well, is she okay with that?
I didn't ask her yet, but she should be.
I would love to see a picture.
I'll ask her and then I'll send you a picture.
Okay, I would love to see it. And whoever said all white babies look like Winston Churchill, correct. I used to work in a nursery.
I don't know why she's not back in yoga yet.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Well, I would love to see baby.
Headstand, go ahead and come down and release your neck. If you were in anything else, if you're in legs up the wall, you can stay there for a few more moments until the headstanders have released the neck and shoulders. Psych, just kidding. Just kidding, Wendy, get up. Just kidding, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. Stay up in wall, legs up the wall. There you go. Few more seconds, guys. And then those of you in headstand, you guys can come down and release the neck. If you were in legs up the wall, stay there just a few more moments. And then go ahead, legs up the wall, bend the knees. Maybe pull the knees into the chest. Any movements here, side to side, and then roll over to the right. Use your hands to bring yourselves up. Perfect. And then I'm going to just move away from the wall. We'll do Supta Padangusthasana. And so what I'm going to do before I do that, I'm going to take one blanket, and my feet are facing the wall. I mean, if you don't have a wall, that's okay. But I'm going to bring this one blanket underneath the sacrum. And I'm going to keep the knees bent. And it's just a small blanket here. And I'll keep the knees bent for a moment. And then I'll just bring my inner knees here together like this. So when I do this, I don't want to do my outer feet. I don't want to let my outer feet leave the mat. But as the knees come in, I want to kind of press the outer feet and really open up the lower back, the sacrum. Bring the navel down towards the mat. You can use the mat to kind of pull, do you see? So as I pull the mat towards the feet, the mat also draws the top of the shoulders down, away from the ears. And then grab your strap here, and I'm going to bring the knees all together. Bring your knees together, bring your feet together. Let's bend the right knee up towards the chest and place the strap around the right foot. Extend the right leg up. Extend the right leg up. Now from here, guys, I want you to really pull down with your left hand and let the sole of your right foot rotate to the left. And then hold your strap with your right hand. Now let's press out into the strap with the outer right foot. See if you could turn that outer right heel more to the left. I'm going to take the right leg out to the right, and you can bend the right elbow. Bring the back of your right arm down. Let your left leg go out to the left, come to the outer left foot so the left knee stays bent. Left arm can also go out to the side. Draw down with your outer right foot and see if your right toes will come closer to the mat and your left outer knee will come closer to the mat. Ground your left sitting bone. Ground your left sit bone. You can even use your own hand to kind of draw down on that left hip point. Keep that left hip point moving towards the blanket or towards the mat. And then go ahead and bring the left foot to the mat. Bring the right leg up. Switch the hand that holds the strap. Turn the sole of the right foot to the left, and you'll feel that outer hip come down. Take your right leg over to the left. Keep on your blanket so your right buttock flesh stays against your blanket. Your right leg is going to the left. Your left knee is bent and moving to the right. It's like cross the legs here. Draw the outer right hip down. Bring the back of the waist, right side, make it long and bring it to your blanket. And then bring this right leg back to the center. Hold your strap with both hands. Pull your right leg in as close as you can, and you'll draw your outer right hip away. And then bring the right leg back where we started, bend the right knee and release. And if you need to adjust here, adjust your blanket. So make sure that it's at your sacrum and that there's length there. And that when you take your leg out or over, the bottom is not going to lift up away from your blanket. So bend your left knee and place your strap on your left foot and extend your left leg up. Now draw down with your right hand. Rotate the sole of your left foot to the right. And when you do that, you'll see that left knee go out to the left. Press into your strap with your outer left foot. Grab your strap with your left hand, take your left leg out to the left. And the toes turn down and the left knee turns towards the floor. Now, once you get your left leg out, let your right leg fall out to the right, so the right knee stays bent. Right knee stays bent, and then see if you can relax that outer right knee. Your left leg is all the way to the left. Good. Left toes face the mat. Now you can take your right hand and you can kind of move that space between your right femur bone and your right hip point. That's it. So you can draw that hip point down. Good. Bring the sitting bone to your blanket. So you're not hanging off your blanket, guys. Good, good, good. Externally rotate both of the legs so the hips rotate externally, both sides. Spread at the back of the waist. So again, let that outer right leg relax, outer right foot relax. Move the right hand to the right hip point, draw it down. Good. Now bring your right foot to the mat. You can use your right hand to help. Right foot up. Now bring the left leg up. Begin to move your left leg over to the right. You can switch the hand that's holding the strap. Now, as you're moving this leg over, bring your right knee in towards your midline. Right knee rotates in. That's it. Right knee rotates in. That's it. Keep the knee bent. Good, good, good. Now reach out into the strap with your outer left foot. So bring the sole of the foot as if you're going to step on the floor. That's it. Rotate through your outer foot. Wonderful. Draw your hip down. You can even use your hand. Good. Great. Great. And then bring your leg back. Left leg back to the center. Good. You can pull the left leg in, but bring the left femur bone away. So bring the leg in, but draw the femur bone back. That's the left side. Good, 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 good. And then exhale to release. Very good, guys. Very good. And I'm going to take my blanket out, and I'm going to see if I can do this next one. And I'm going to bring one block underneath the sacrum, or the bottom, really. And I'm going to bend the knees up, take the soles of the feet together, grab my outer right foot, take this right knee out, 90-degree angle. So listen, it's not here. But remember, lateral buttock flesh rotates away from you. So lateral buttock flesh turns out, the knee opens, and it comes down. Knee comes down. Then very slowly extend the left leg, and your left hand can touch that left hip point. Again, you're trying to get space there. You're trying to get space. So keep a firm grip on your outer right foot, or you can even use a strap, a loop strap to your right foot, but keep some space. That knee, that inner right knee moves away from you. And then as you pull down against your right outer foot, see if that right knee will come onto the floor. And left hand, really get that left hip point down. So the left leg is kind of out. It's just floating out to the left. And you're just trying to get the hip point to open up, left side. Really draw the left side of your waist down, guys. So don't lift your left buttock. And really strongly engage your legs. Now, pull on your outer right foot. See if your right knee can touch the floor. Keep that left leg out to the left, left bottom grounded. Bring the left leg center. Bring the left heel down. Bring the back of your left leg to the mat. Stay in the left side of your body. And if you can go a teeny bit deeper, go ahead and straighten that right knee. Left hand to the left hip point, roll or move your weight. You can even hold your mat, move to the left, ground the left side, ground your left side. Bend your left knee, bend your right knee, release. Very good. So next side, feet, knees up, feet together. Grab the outer left foot, open the left knee, and I open the left knee first, and then try to get that rolling onto that block, and then extend the right leg. So draw down into your outer left foot with your left hand. And this, for me, it's this right side that's kind of stuck. So bring that right leg out to the right, and then ground or bring your right hand to your hip point and see if you can make space there. And that right leg can be externally rotated. But I want that left leg, right leg long so that you're getting some space at the hip point. Good, good, good. Now see if you can bring that left knee down. Bring your right leg now. It can come back to the center and ground the right heel. Stay very heavy, right buttock, and you can use your right femur bone. If you bring your right thigh bone towards your mat, notice that more of your bottom becomes heavier against the block, right side. Now, if you can, and you can hold your mat with your right hand to keep you really grounded on your right side as you open your left knee, or straighten your left knee as much as you can. Good. Now, again, take a moment here to ground that right backside to your blanket. Perfect. And then go ahead and exhale to release. Bend the knees, bring both of your feet onto your mat. And again, if you want to bring the inner knees together and the feet out to the side, you can do that. And then I'm going to lift up and take my block down and just come grounded. Now I've still got my strap and I still have my wall, and we'll do one more. We'll do another revolved version of this, but I want you guys to really, really listen to the instructions of this. So the left leg is going to stay long, left toes up. So this left leg is active, so not like this, but really push the wall and bring that left side down strongly. Left side rib, left outer hip, left outer knee, left outer foot grounded. And I'm going to take the loop that I conveniently already had in the strap, and I'm going to bring this around the right foot and hold with the left. And here, really the work is here. Bring this down. Bring this outer hip down. I'm going to take the leg over, and I even hold the mat with the right hand. Let that right leg go over. Draw down. And then I'll come to the outer left foot and let the right leg come all the way over. And I'll twist to the right. Now here I'm going to say turn the left toes back up towards the ceiling. And what that will be is this. Oh, keep looking to the right. So we're really focusing on the rotation of the left leg. So extend the left leg, push the left foot into the wall, left toe straight up to the ceiling. Bend your right knee up and place your strap around your right foot. That felt great. Hold the strap with your left hand and you're in that loop. So make the loop as big or small as you need it, but use the hand to the strap. Draw down. Pull that heel bone in. Now begin to take your right leg over to the left and look to the right. Keep your toes. Remember, your left toes are straight up to the ceiling for now. Go ahead and take that right leg over. Look to your right. Look to your right. Bend your left elbow. Now turn the outer left foot to the mat. Take the right leg over further so right foot may come grounded. Now twist to the right. Now push into the wall until your left toes up to the ceiling. Left toes rotate back up to the ceiling. Try to keep the right leg where it is as you turn the left toes back up. And then exhale, bring the leg up. Good. Center. Keep the leg up. Keep your strap, your loop around your foot. Take the long end of your strap with your hand. And then pull the arms and the hands over the head. Tug on the strap. Press the foot into the strap. Rotate the outer right hip. Outer right hip. Outer right hip goes down. And then exhale, release. And switch sides. So straighten your right knee, your right toes are straight up to the ceiling. And this side can come up, but I want you to really focus on grounding the entire right side. Take your left leg up, bring your strap around your left foot, and reach up and grab inside of your loop. Really use your loop. Push the wall, take your left leg to the right. You can look to the left. Start by letting that left leg go to the right, just as far as it will go with your right toes up towards the ceiling. Now roll over onto your outer right foot and see if you can still push that right heel into the wall. And let that left foot come all the way down to the mat if it can. Now see if you can leave your left foot against the mat or against the floor, but rotate your right toes back up. But see if you can keep that left leg where it is and then turn the toes up towards the ceiling. Good, 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 good. And then we'll bring the leg up. Exhale, release, bring the leg up. Keep your loop. And then take your hands to the long end of your strap. And you're going to pull your arms over your head. Now your arms, your elbows are straight. Every now and then, walk the hands up and pull deeper. And you can press back through your knuckles, try to bring your inner arms into your ears. Move the left thigh bone away from you by using your foot to the strap loop. Great, great. And then exhale, release. You can bend the knee, perfect, and release. And then when you come release, let's come Baddha Konasana for a moment. And again, here in Baddha Konasana, see if you can feel evenness between your two sitting bones and your two hip points. Go ahead and bring the knees together, soles of the feet on the mat. Lift the bottom, tuck the sacrum tailbone, and now come cross leg at your mid-shin. Let's draw the left foot out and bring the right foot, sorry guys. Draw the right foot out to the right and then lift the right foot and bring the outer right ankle bone to the inner left knee. Really, it's kind of above that inner knee. So you don't ever want to press on your joint. So make sure that that outer right ankle bone is above the inner left knee. And then kind of hook the front of your ankle over the left knee, and then see if you can let that right side, right leg relax. If you need this, if you need to adjust this, you would maybe maybe bring your left heel closer to your bottom, or maybe you bring your left heel further away from your bottom. So now I think I just made something up. So let's see if we can do this newly made up thing. So wiggle your left foot so that your left heel begins to move toward your right sitting bone. Keep your outer right ankle bone where it is. Now reach down with your right hand and grab your left toes. See if you can pull your left toes towards you. And then release the left foot, bring it back so it's kind of underneath that outer right knee, and then switch sides. So I'll bring the right leg down. I'll bring the left leg over, and again above the knee so that there is no actual pressure on the knee joint. But almost hook the front of the ankle over the top of the right knee. And again, your adjustment may be with that right foot. The right leg is going to make the adjustment. So either bringing the heel further away, lining up the right kneecap towards the top edge of your mat. So that outer right leg is tucked in. And then see if you can really relax or allow that top leg, outer ankle bone, to become heavy. Not pressing, but just heavy. Now go ahead and wiggle your right foot back in so your right heel comes close to your left sitting bone. Reach down, you can point the toes and grab the toes. That's on the bottom leg. The bottom leg is the leg that we're holding the toes. And then point and pull the foot in and see if that outer right knee will come all the way grounded. Good. Great. And then very slowly, guys, you can exhale, release, and let your leg come back where it was. Uncross, place your feet on your mat. Bring your knees up, big toes together, knees separate. Hold your shin bones, your upper shins below your knees, and draw in. Spread the lower back, so no lifting or no arching in the back. And then you can bring the knees together. Let's take one last pose, which is a spinal twist. Take your arms out, palms up. Take your knees to the left, and you can gaze to your right. And if you need to, you can lift that left shoulder blade up, take it to the left. Really try to move your navel to the right. Hold your knees if you need to. Left hand can hold that outer right leg or outer right knee. And then bring the knees up and let them go over to the right. Maybe that right shoulder blade needs to lift up and move to the right and twist to the left. You can hold your knees down so that outer left knee comes down towards your inner right knee. Perfect. Come back to the center and prepare for Shavasana any way that you would like to take Shavasana. So maybe legs up the wall. Maybe just legs straight. You can even use, a lot of times we use the wall for our feet in Shavasana. You can use a strap on your feet if you'd like, a blanket or any weight on the tops of your legs is okay as well. There can also be a blanket at the back of your head. And the blanket at the back of the head shouldn't be too high. It shouldn't be where it's moving your chin too far down towards the groove of your neck. Ah, nice, everybody. Take your arms out with your palms up and then rotate the thumb sides of your hands down to the floor. Once you do that, relax, close the eyes, relax the muscles in the face, let your tongue become very heavy. Your eyeballs begin to move away from your eyelids. Relax the upper and the lower jaw, and then see if the center of the back of your head begins to kind of spread towards the blanket or towards the mat. Like there's a kind of a letting go, a releasing. The brain can move away from the front of your skull and just begin to reach towards the blanket or towards the mat. Relax the throat and relax the chest. Relax at your upper arms, and your abdominals should relax. Relax that the space between the hip points should relax, and the legs, the knees, the ankles, and the feet. Begin to deepen your breath. Very slowly move your awareness back into the room. Small movements when you're ready in the fingers and in the toes. And slowly bend the elbows and bring your hands to your belly or to your heart. Stretch the arms up and over the head here, full body stretch. Release the arms to the side body and very slowly bend the knees. And you can place your feet against the mat, the floor, the wall. When you're ready, bring the knees into the chest one at a time, and you can wrap the arms around the knees. And any movement side to side or front to back. And then as you exhale the breath, roll to the right side and hold there in a fetal position. And then as you exhale the breath, you can bring yourselves up seated, any seated position that you would like. The hands can be at the heart center, just resting at the top of your legs, or maybe you bring the thumbs together at the third eye. But take a moment in silence. The frontal brain of analysts and the back brain of latent imprints of our past experiences have to unite with each other during our practice. Thank you guys very much for being here. Namaste.